one of the books that I have read, given a short review on this book. This book is called Portal of Light by Jeanine Deoya. Oh my goodness, it's such a great book. I really do like it. And this is one of the books that I would recommend for a beginning practitioner, especially if you are African American. It's an extensive study of Wicca and magic from the African American perspective. She also has a Facebook page that she's had, I think, since 2011 that has thousands of members from across the world. This book basically is a class that she taught. So if you're a beginner and you kind of, I know some people struggle with being Black and practicing Wicca. I do not, and I'm going to tell you why. I believe a lot of the practices come from, are from Africa, you know, and a lot of magic is inter or cross-cultural. So I'm not hung up on this is this and this is that. I believe that you should respect all cultures and the practices that they practice. Now that doesn't go with those practices that are closed, and I totally get that and understand that. But I feel that Wicca lends for you to practice African spirituality along with that. And in this book, she kind of goes over and gives you her suggestions and teaches on that. Plus, she goes over a lot of definitions that can be helpful for you. What is paganism? What is Wicca? How to do that from an African American perspective. How to, you know, bring these two practices together. And she does it very, very well. At the beginning of the chapter, she goes through history and everything. It is just so well done. And I believe it is a really good book for a beginner practitioner. It is also a good book for somebody that has been practicing for a little while to review some things. Because she goes over different tenets, tools we use, your book of shadows, and all of these things. But from our perspective. And she really goes over the history of why we use them, the history of these things. It is just a good book with, you can tell that she's researched and done a lot of research in this book. So I really recommend it to those who may, like I said, be starting their practice and need a good guide, because as this was a course that she condensed and made into a book, I can also recommend it for, like, maybe you're not wanting to be a Wiccan or whatever, but you just want to kind of review and learn some of the principles. This also would be a good book if you are somebody that is eclectic and wanting to know more about this practice. This also is a good book. And it's a good resource book, which I usually have a lot of books that are good resource books. Okay, I'm trying to get it there. There we go. So here on the back of the book, it has Portal of Light, an extensive study of Wicca and magic from an African American perspective. And I love how, I'm going to just read the back of it because I feel like it has a great explanation. It says, Wicca is ever living, breathing, changing, and evolving spirituality, and it has become popular with some African diaspora communities throughout the Americas and throughout the world. While originally Wicca was considered a European concept, it was actually developed from Kemetic and Hermetic mystery schools. Today, Wicca and witchcraft has been adapted by many Black Americans and people of color to be the ideal framework for their spiritual living. The universal mysteries far beyond that of many religions that limits ideas, growth, and exploration. Wicca opens the doors to the possibilities of what the universe has to offer. This book is a study that goes beyond the basic Wiccan books and gives an extensive detail about Wicca, witchcraft, and other neo-pagan practices. It gives some history and describes why Wicca is a good choice for people of color and for seekers wishing to go outside the mundane and to explore the esoteric. And then it goes on to, of course, have some people that gives their perspectives on the book. But that definition really just goes over really well the book, Portal of Light, an extensive study of Wicca and magic from an African American perspective. If I had to give this book a 5 out of 5, I'd go ahead and give it a 5. So that's actually the first book that I'm reviewing this year, Portal of Light. And I'm going to go back to the front here, by Jeanine Deoya. So, very good book with a lot of history and information, and I really would suggest you go out and get this book. Have a blessed day.